All right, so socialists seem to be upset again with nature and reality, and I get it. Nature and reality don't really resonate with their ideology too much, so it makes sense that they would be upset with it, but this is the type of thing where it never fails to cause me to wonder whether all socialists are just trolls messing with people. Because that would make sense. That would make a lot more sense than someone actually buying into this. Because the business owner doesn't compel anyone to work. Reality and entropy does that. The business owner, by the way, far more often than not, does not look like the monopoly guy either. I don't know why they insist on using that as the icon of the evil capitalist. Perhaps because people look at a picture of a guy like that and they don't look on them favorably. That's my assumption. But more often than not, your boss or the business owner is just a guy or a girl. Who knows? And very often, they're not a filthy rich guy either. Especially now, COVID lockdowns that have destroyed innumerable businesses. If you were an employee, if you can find another job, which eventually I'm sure you will, you'll be all right. Things might work out for you. But that former business owner that you worked for, who was evil and exploiting you, if you were that business owner, that evil, greedy capitalist that invested in or took a big loan out for your business idea, you are ultimately screwed now. Your bank account isn't at zero anymore. You don't just have a lack of income. You very likely have a massive hole of debt that it's going to be hell to get out of. And it's not because you made a piss poor decision. It's not because you got into debt for, college to major in some ridiculous program. It's because government stomped you out of existence with a single decision. You're not essential, to hell with you. The employee, while still having a tough time for sure, doesn't have that extra burden on them, and that is a very significant aspect to the reality of this that socialists completely ignore. This reality, of course, is strenuously ignored by socialists. They'd rather paint the picture with a monopoly guy or Donald Duck diving into a swimming pool full of gold coins. It's parody, and it's beyond ridiculous. The other absurd notion of this post is, okay, you get rid of capitalism and you have socialism. Great. Now, how is work not voluntary now? I don't have to work anymore. The socialists have saved us from the drudges of menial tasks and the jobs no one would voluntarily do without compensation. So, okay, who will be the janitor? Who will be the coal miner? Who will be the toilet cleaner and the custodial worker? And who will be the oil rig worker? And who will be the loggers and the fishers, which are among the most top dangerous jobs out there? Do they get compensated more for this? If not, who would do it? If so, then this isn't an egalitarian society, which I thought was your thing. And also, I love the line in their post here that I have highlighted, that people can't choose not to work if the consequence is poverty and a miserable existence. So wow, people can't choose not working under capitalism, and that's a problem, and they're complaining about this. I mean, it seems like an old Republican cliche saying that those socialists and leftists, they just don't want to work and they just want to be lazy and taken care of and they just want handouts. And this, of course, is scoffed at by leftists and socialists, especially the academics among them. They'll say, you just don't understand our nuanced ideology about how to get to some utopia. Saying socialists and leftists just don't want to work is so 90s, But they do it to themselves. They make those people, and they make people like me say that. And why do they make us say that? Because they say it themselves. They are saying that I shouldn't have to work if I don't want to, and I should still be given a good existence, and I shouldn't be in poverty, which necessarily means that others have to labor so that I can just sit around and do whatever, and still have things handed to me, still have my material conditions met. I have no idea what else that could mean in the reality that we live in. They are complaining that they don't have the option of sitting around and just taking and sucking up resources and products and services from everyone around them. They are saying precisely what they have very often claimed they never say. These socialists are told by people who oppose them that they're lazy and they don't want to work and they just want everything handed to them, and then the socialists scream and yell about how that's not true and you just don't understand it. But then they say precisely this: that socialism is the way forward because that will somehow give us a society in which you can choose not to work and just have everything you need given to you. It's not going to work out the way you think it will, socialists. Sorry. And that's not the way I might want it to be, and that's not the way some business owner might want it to be. That's just called reality and nature. And it's a product of entropy. Labor can provide future leisure. And maybe a lot of leisure if you play your cards right. So it's time, honestly, to grow up. Until we get something like those replicators from Star Trek that create something from nothing, until we get something like that that would render trading, buying, selling, producing, and transporting all obsolete, then this is the way reality operates. I can see why you might think that's a bummer, but it is what it is. Grow up and deal with it. But anyway, that's all for now. Like, subscribe, share this video with anyone you can. It's extremely appreciated, and take it easy.